What's up, everyone? This is Coach Austin with Chris with the Health in the Real World podcast. And today we're going to be talking about how to grow your gym business during a pandemic.
It's the Health in the Real World podcast. It's time to start the show with Chris Janke as your host. Here to give you everything that you need when it comes to fitness strategies. We keep it simple and easy. It's your roadmap to get healthy. You don't need equipment and you don't need a gym. Just the right strategies to get you fit and trim.
The Health in the Real World podcast is sponsored by most exercises and workouts, whether they be running, biking, elliptical, rowing machine, traditional weightlifting, or even CrossFit, do not give you a balanced workout. And when you do workouts that neglect even one area, you're out of balance, resulting in pain and injury as well. Achieve your goals with the fitness program your chiropractor would love. Visit chrisjanke.com/pod to watch the free video.
Hello and welcome to Health in the Real World. I'm Chris Janke. I'm joined today for the second time with Austin Toloza. Austin, how's it going?
What's up, man? I'm good. How's everything?
Everything's pretty good. Good. We're moving along. Like you were talking about a minute ago, this pandemic we're almost at the 2-year anniversary.
2 year feels like 10. It's great.
Yeah, wonderful. No sarcasm at all in that comment.
None. I mean, every word of it. It's great.
So we're talking, I think that's a good idea. We'll talk today about kind of like what you've been doing, because you and I met pretty early in the pandemic. It's like August 2020. And now here we are.
Oh, geez.
It's March. It's going to be March 2022 by the time this posts. It'll be March 7th or something like that. But
Ooh.
2 years, man.
I'll take that.
So you've had a brick and mortar location for that whole time, right?
Brick and mortar. Yes. And yeah, like we were talking about, I mean, that's all I've been going through. I mean, the last time we talked, August 2020, like that was like borderline our worst month. So
yeah.
It was like, so even like I still had to like, show up and give energy and all that stuff. But I mean, August was a rough month because a lot of things were still shut down. A lot of people were not comfortable going back into the gym and training. So we had to, do all these other things. But long story short, what I've been doing right now is we expanded to a bigger location going into 2022.
Yeah, we're in 22 already. Yeah.
Because what is it? Everything shut down 2020, right?
Right.
And then 2021, we literally pivoted our business just to do personal training, semi-privates. I think I talked about it a little bit back then, but I mean, that's what we're doing. We're just grinding it out, dude. Outdoor training. We're trying to make everything happen. And then because we made that pivot and we did our best to accommodate with all the guidelines and the restrictions and keeping everyone safe and all that stuff. Yeah. We found ourselves in a position where we could technically make a move. And one of my buddies, his family owns a certain building kind of down the way. And him and I were always in passing talking about how, cause he owned a gym, cause he was running that gym, but then he kind of stopped. He took everything online and he knew I was looking for like a bigger space. And he goes, "Hey man, you want to take over my spot?" I was like, "Yo, for real?"
How perfect is that, right?
And then, in San Jose, rent's not cheap. So he gave me a fair deal. And I'm like, and I got like 1,000 more square foot. I got like outdoors. It came with two bathrooms, 2 showers. And I'm like,
oh man,
bro, it came with a lot of street parking and maybe like it's an original storefront. It used to be a market. So they had like maybe like 10 parking spots in the front, but they had a crap ton of parking space around the area.
Wait, so where are you? You said you're near downtown. Are you on the east side of downtown, right? San Jose, like toward 101?
Yeah, it's kind of on 13th and Washington.
Okay.
Near 101.
So you're close. I got to get in to see your spot.
Oh yeah, come by.
I don't know why I haven't yet. Been too scared of COVID. No, not really.
Yeah, no. So
wait. I thought this was your spot. Move to the side. I thought this was your gym.
Oh, this one?
That's not your gym?
I wish. I wish.
I mean, that's social
wish.
distance to the max. You're following all the
That's
guidelines with that
right.
spot.
Look at that.
That's sweet.
And it's nice weather.
Well,
But
okay,
yeah,
so
that's where we're
when's
at.
that move? When's that move happening?
Oh, we're in it. So
Oh,
I'm technically
okay.
running 2 locations right now,
Okay, got it.
which is great.
At least they're close together.
They're pretty close. It's helping us kind of mitigate the capacity of things. Like sometimes
go.
they'll get too crowded for people's comfort because, before, man, we used to cram that thing. You could
Yeah.
cram like 30, 40 people in a class and everyone would love it. Like, oh my God, everyone's here. Everyone's working out and sweating.
Yeah.
Now it's like people are kind of like traumatized and like, hey, yo, get away from me. And so we're
Yeah.
able to kind of put all the personal training and small group or semi-privates in one location.
Yeah.
And all the the classes or other type of lifters were in the other location for weightlifting.
Right.
Because that's how we're running it right now.
Well,
But yeah.
And now COVID, you touched on a good point, because this is where people are at right now, at least in California. Because I don't know if you've traveled it at all during the last 2 years, but California is different.
Yeah.
COVID's done in a lot of the country, but in California, apparently it's not.
No.
So just barely like a couple days ago, did you know this? Every county in the San Francisco Bay Area lifted its COVID restrictions except the one that we're in, Santa Clara County.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
I have a lot of people who are happy about that. And I have a lot of people who are angry about that.
Right.
And as the business owner, I have to play my version of the politician of like,
exactly.
I hear both sides.
Don't
hate me.
So I think, though, as a business owner, you're in a good spot because you said you have an outdoor facility or an outdoor spot in your new location.
Because
right?
I'm with you with the whole like, oh fuck, another restriction, and I do see it as unfair as like you put the kind of the power to the business owner of like, hey, you gotta decide how you're gonna handle this, and I'm like, that's whatever. But I'm always looking for ways to go around it or to solve it. Like, fuck it, all right, if you're gonna do this, then how am I gonna do this? So the outdoor area was a solution for me and that's why I hopped on this next or expanded into this new spot, because even some of my business partners were like, dude, I don't know if we should move. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like that's a risk. That's a risky thing. And on my head, I'm like, they have an outdoor area. So if shit hits the fan and they say no more indoor training, which, when I was making this decision, it was probably like, I don't know what the fuck was going to go on. Like it was like a second shutdown. So just to be safe, I was like, I'm going to take this risk because I know if shit hits the fan, I have a big outdoor area that I could just go like, I'm not stopping my business. Like we'll be outdoors.
Well,
and
we've seen like whether you agree with it or not, whatever your politics are, we've seen that they can shut down anything they want that fast, and they will. Yeah. So you have to have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, and if you're one of the few gyms that has an outdoor area, then you're going to be one of the few gyms that survives. So
I've seen a lot of that, and then I mean my talk about like traveling around. Yeah, my parents, they have a house in Vegas, and they're like, nothing's happening there. We're good. Like it's kind of back to normal. Right. But it's kind of crazy because even last year we found ways to travel. Like we went to Hawaii in like last June, and it was like a nice little lull. Like it was, it was like they took out mass outside, only mass indoors. It was a really chill experience. And then we actually booked a cruise for my mom's birthday like last November to Alaska. And that was like, I think we got that in the sweet spot because what I was hearing now is like everyone's fucking getting COVID on a cruise ship. But apparently when we went, like it was nothing. Like no one was getting it. There was no instances. It was pretty stress-free. And so so now it's like, so it's just really interesting where we're at right now. But I'm excited to kind of move into a bigger area or a bigger space. And we're spending this whole year to kind of focus on rebuilding, kind of like rebuilding the inside slowly. I finally have a space that I can like work with and like create in its own image. The last space was cool. It was a warehouse, but I didn't think that was going to be my long-term area. I didn't plan for it. So I did minimal changes to it. I just kind of painted the walls, put flooring, and
Got
then
it.
barbells, you know,
And
mirrors.
now you're more settled. You know, this is going to be more of a long-term
This is more of a
location.
long-term deal. So I'm now invested into really making this one of the premier strength and conditioning facilities and training areas in San Jose.
Nice.
So I'm really excited. Yeah.
You should be. That's awesome. I mean, you got 2 locations for the time being, and you're gonna consolidate into the one
Mhm.
bigger, better outdoor area.
Mm.
Didn't you last time we talked? Didn't you just have a kid? Was
No,
it?
I did not.
Okay.
Not I.
Okay. I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay.
That's
Well,
good. That's all good.
if you want to start a family one day, then then you're gonna be more successful, and you have more of a foundation to raise that child.
Yeah, no, starting a family, that's it. That's another task and a half. It's
Oh,
another
yeah,
venture.
yeah.
That's how I
Wait,
see it.
if you're wait on that one from experience. You're going through it right now with the business. Plenty of time.
Yeah, I mean, the business, you can always fix things and restart it and rebrand it wherever
Right.
you want. All the mistakes you can make up for it. And I've heard, especially with clients who have kids, they're like, bro, you got one chance with the kid, bro. Like after they're one, they're one. After they're two, that's it. Like 3, 4,
They don't go
like
back.
they don't go
Yeah.
back. They just keep getting more. Like, and they're always new. Like they're developing new characteristics as you go along. And it's like,
Oh,
oh,
it's so crazy. Kids are nuts, man. Yeah.
So I was
Okay,
like,
so
oh man.
so you got the business. This is good though. You got the new spot. I'm gonna check it out.
Sweet. Appreciate that.
We gotta film. Maybe we'll go in and film.
I don't
You
mind
gotta
that.
see. You know what? Go check out my YouTube channel. The one I think that was posted today is one that I did with the guy, and I went to his gym up in San Francisco, and that was cool. We could do something like that with your spot,
I don't mind that at all.
but
I don't mind that.
yeah. So what's it called again?
Hyper strength and conditioning.
That's right. That's right. And so both locations, same name right now.
Yeah. I literally just have one main. I literally put lawn main location. Oh, the yard gym.
Yeah, the yard up in the city.
Oh, that's nice. You did
So
a
we can
drone
do-
shot over there? Is that what you did?
No. That's all stock footage.
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart. Yeah, no, this is a clean gym.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So we could do something like that with you in your spot.
I don't mind that. Man, up in the city too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty nice. It's a cool concept. It's he's got pods. So like each pod is fully self-contained. It has it's got a squat rack, it's got a bike, adjustable dumbbells, and there are 8 pods. So you're socially distanced from everybody.
Oh, it's kind of like an open gym setup.
He rents to clients, but he also rents to trainers. So as a trainer, you can come in, train people at your little pod.
That is something I've been kind of looking into. Is
It's
doing
COVID.
it's kind of running it like a salon, or you just have like a station. They used to do like a station,
Yeah.
but now you're running it like a pod.
Well, I'll introduce you to Joe then, because that was his. This is a COVID gym. It's like COVID proof, and you could do it inside, you could do it outside, and then you could appease the fears of some of the people who don't want to go back to the gym yet, but they'll see that you're taking all the steps. They'll be like, Austin's doing his stuff.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
go in. Yeah.
No, that's good because there's something about reserving a squat rack with all the stuff. That's what I plan to do
Mhm.
on when we do more open gym stuff. It'll be like a certain list, and then we will have people just reserve time slots.
That's cool.
That's
cool.
pretty much it.
Do you how are your workouts going? I know when I had a brick and mortar spot, my workouts suffered a little bit. I didn't work out as much as I wanted to because I was so busy with the payroll and all that other garbage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, first 5 years suck. I was actually not in the best shape my first 4 to 5 years. And as you grow a team and you start building it out slowly and you start, building systems, which is something that people don't understand when it starts a business. Yeah. But it's like, no, I need more marketing. So no, I don't. You know, what's so annoying is like, I'm going off on a tangent, but like when you're on LinkedIn and then all these digital marketers hit you up like, oh, let me help you
with your podcast,
like podcast, or let me help you with your gym and help you. Can you benefit from can you benefit from adding 65 new clients this week? And it's like,
this
yeah,
week,
well, no
you're like,
shit. Yeah. Like,
of course I
any
would.
business would benefit, but what are you trying to get at, buddy? So
Right.
I can help you. It's like, no, I
They're
don't.
trying to say that if you can benefit from adding 65 new people, then you need to hire me. That's
You need
it.
to
That's a
hire
sales
me.
pitch right
And it's
there.
like, okay, cool. What's your rate? My rate is $5,000 an hour. And I'm like, okay. And you look at it, and then you kind of backtrack and you look at what they're doing. It's like, you've never built a gym. You're just like, well, I help
Right.
people
Right.
help themselves. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm good. No, that's not gonna fly with me. But I mean, to answer your original question, once I got people in place to take care of, like, managing the front desk, managing members, because I'm very personable. So members will text me about issues. So now I'm
Right.
starting to like get them to like start, oh, like Jesse, my guy Jesse will take care of you. Da, 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 da. And then I have like the trainers kind of own the whole process of training. Now I can do my workouts. I work out like now like 5 days a week. I just did my morning cardio before I gone on here, and
Nice.
we have an apartment gym that's really nice. And I literally, I don't take as much morning clients. Remember, like 5 a.m. clients, 6 a.m. clients, I give that to my trainers now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't do 5 a.m., 6 a.m.s anymore.
Right. Perfect.
That's where I could kind of do my workouts now, or I'll have like a 7 a.m., but they're really cool clients and I'll like train them. Then after that, I have like a 3-hour gap in my gym and I'll just be working out.
Perfect.
Like
Perfect.
filming content, just kind of working. I mean, you'll do things like answering emails, putting out fires here and there. People have questions, but for the most part, the workout quality was way better than when it was when you're first starting out a gym and everything's on you, right?
Right.
It's like, I mean, at one point people are like, oh, Austin, you're like, you don't look as in shape as you used to do before. And how are you going to attract people to work out at a gym when the gym owner's not even in shape? And I'm like, bruh,
I have no time.
Ask any other gym owner who started out without any seed funding. Like the first year and a half.
Your bootstrap, shoestring budget.
Yeah, dude.
How can I get that for cheaper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on Craigslist like every day.
Right.
Who's selling a barbell?
Barbells.
Who doesn't know what they have? I'm selling this Alico barbell for like $100. Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll take it. Right. Exactly.
It's like, oh, can you do it for 200? Sure, I'll pay you cash. I'll pick it up right now.
Right. Man, I'm having flashbacks, dude. When I first started, oh my God, it was years. It was years and years and years. And I think you're going about it the right way. It's all about delegation, right? I remember it was Jack Canfield. He's the chicken soup for the soul guy.
Oh yeah.
He's awesome. He was talking about the concept of total and complete delegation, and it's a really good analogy for anyone listening who hasn't, is not familiar with this concept. But his niece was coming to stay with them, right? His niece was an adult. She was like 20, but she didn't have a job yet, but she wanted to stay. So she couldn't afford like rent, right? So she said, okay, this is your job for you to stay here. And he gave her a complete delegation. It was, the fridge has to look like this at all times. And so if we run out of ketchup, you put ketchup on a list and you go get ketchup the next time. And so literally every time Jack Canfield opens the fridge, it should look the same. We should never be short on this. We should never be low on that. Here's the constant list. If it runs out, restock it. Boom. Tell her one time. Same with your trainers. I'm going to tell you one time. Every single time this thing comes up, you deal with it. I'm not even going to touch it. You don't even have to tell me about it. The bathroom always needs to have toilet paper. The squat rack always has to be clean, whatever it is. And then that way, and if it's messy, you know who to go to. I'm going to go to Joe. It's Joe's responsibility. Joe, take care of it. And that way, boom, take that off your plate. Now you can start working out again, right?
Yes. I agree with that 110%. And then there's, there is some staff, you'll run into this when you get staff members who kind of like, well, I'm doing this work. Why should I be doing this? You're the owner. And I'm like, then you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't need you.
Yeah.
And I had to do that a few times because I'm just like, okay, I understand that. I respect your point, and I can't be working with you. That's it.
And
Sorry.
Think of any other business where you're gonna get a job. Okay, go work at 24 Hour Fitness. The owner of 24 Hour Fitness sure as hell is not training clients.
Yeah.
I like Togo's sandwiches. I don't expect the owner of the franchise to make my sandwich.
Yeah.
I just
I mean, the beginning, yeah, for sure. But yeah, like at the end of the day, you gotta have people. You gotta have, what do they call it? Sandwich artists?
sandwich artist.
Sandwich
That's it.
artists. No, that was Subway, but Togo's too.
Yeah,
No, I
that's
yeah, I
awesome.
totally get you on that.
So I'm at the point right when COVID hit, I went online real quick.
Yeah,
I'm only online now,
good.
and I delegate to the robots, the computer,
Yeah,
the auto emails. You probably got like 4 auto emails for this appointment, huh?
you did. And after this episode, I kind of want to pick your brain on that because I was like, dude, this guy's genius. Like, this. I see what you're doing. I'm not even mad. I'm like, man, I need to like understand what he's doing because I'm using MailChimp, I'm using this, but I'm like, I don't have time to set up this damn
Right.
auto email. But like the way you were crafting it, I'm like, this is good because I'm like, some of them, I think you're personally writing to me, but I know it may be an illusion, but it's okay.
It may be an illusion, kind of like your little background there,
Yeah.
buddy.
It's fine. I accept this. I will allow this.
Yes,
But
just
yeah.
in 1 hour, you're gonna get another email.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's good. It's genius. I mean, it helps.
we're already at 9:23. What would you to kind of wrap it up? What would you tell people? We'll go real big picture, like whether they're a business owner or not. Like, because even if you're not a business owner, you still have to do your life. You still have to be organized and do all that with your life. What would you tell people as far as lessons that have got you through the pandemic and now 2 gyms? Big, you're like coming out on the other side bigger. What would you tell people about life lessons or anything like that?
I mean, the one thing is focus. Like, I especially with the pandemic, I think it taught a lot of business owners hard lessons. And focus meaning going back to why you originally started your brand, your gym, your business, whatever you're doing in the first place. Especially for a lot of, I'm hearing a lot of, people who up and coming trainers want to either open up their own online training. Everyone's an online trainer now, right? Like everyone. And it's like, and that's not bad. I'm trying to get into the online training space, but this is coming from a decade and a half of training people in person. I feel like the best online coaches are the ones who actually spent time in the field, in the trenches, like training people, understanding how, people live and people work, volume. Let's say a weekly volume for sets and reps is not going to be the same for a single mother who has 2 kids versus a college guy who's into sports and has like everything at their disposal. So like I'm going all over the place, but what I'm saying is you need to understand, like with everything coming at you, with all the challenges, with everything that's going to happen, and it's not always going to be the first time. There's going to be people who are going to challenge you at it, who are going to think about it in other ways. There's going to be a lot of personal things that are going to get in the way, but you have to go back to, again, why are you doing this? Because the pandemic has showed people who weren't really in it for the right reasons, and they washed out really fast. And it's sad. I mean, I understand the mom and pops who have been there for like 20, 30 years and they just retired. Like, I get that. Like, oh yeah, they're like, we're done. Like, we're good now. But like the ones who just opened and all of a sudden they got shut down or they're out, it's like, damn, and it was really tough. And it really shows you it kind of reveals the type of person who you are when you come with that type of, when you face that type of adversity. And what has helped me is going back to understanding, why you started first. So when you go back to that, understanding your why and why you're doing it. Like for me, I wanted to start my own gym because I wanted to provide something and create something of my own, so I can control it, but at the same time spread joy through lifting and have fun with it and be able to raise a family and have time. So when I have my business, I can have it running while I have time for my eventual family. I want to have that time. I want to create a life for that. And that's pretty much where it is. So, I mean, the last 2 years really tested my resolve on that. Like, do I really need, could I just go to Indeed and just get a job and, just screw this whole thing, whatever. I'll just sell all the equipment. You're going to have times like that, especially as a business owner. You're going to have times like, you know what? It was nice to just work a 9 to 5 sometimes. I don't have to put out fires. But at the end of the day, you got to go back to like, no, I there's a bigger reward here and I just got to keep going. So that is my advice.
100%. I crossed that bridge several times. 2008 with the housing crisis and everything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
closed down my spot in Santa Clara, and I was this close. I actually had a owner of a construction company. I went to church with him, and he was talking to me. He gave me a job. So I was this close to a career change, and I would have been like a construction. I don't even know what they do. That it was some answering the phones and then like delegating to different people. Oh, that close. So glad I didn't go that way. But yeah, you always have to make that choice, right? It's a constant choice, and then remind yourself why you made the choice the first time. It becomes a lot easier. I agree with you 100%. Austin, how do people get in touch with you? Where's your gym? What's your website? All that social media.
Check us out, hscgym.com, hscgym.com, hyperstrength and conditioning. You could Google it. You can find me on the social interwebs at Coach Toloza, Toloz as in Zulu, A as in Apple. And yeah, find me there. Find us there. You can always hit us up on our website, set up an appointment, and we'll get you going. We're in 13th and Washington near Japantown on the north side of San Jose.
Nice. Oh, you are near Japantown. Okay. I know exactly where you are now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It says San Jose Barbell still. We're still working on changing the sign. That's well,
at least you're in the same genre, and it wasn't like a lingerie store before. Yeah.
Like, is this what is this? Hi, welcome. Like, welcome.
If you did that, you would get audited by the IRS so fast. They'd be like, you're doing something. I don't know what you're doing.
What are you doing, sir?
All right, Austin. Thanks again for joining me. This is Austin Toloza, Health in the Real World podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Health in the Real World show. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Visit mycorebalance.com to learn more.